Yes, my name is Jamal Nas. I'm an engineer. I work at the Kennedy Space Center.
My name is Ahmed Adarat. I am a supervisor here at a local logistics place.
Are your families safe in Libya?
Thank God they are safe, and especially once the past 72 hours we liberated Tripoli. All my family came out of the jails, nephews, cousins, and my brothers, everybody is safe. And also we express our sincere gratitude to the Americans, to the rest of the world who stood fast with the Libyan people for the past 6 months. They want democracy, and they're gonna get it, and they're gonna set an example to the whole world.
Okay, now what is your definition of democracy in Libya as in the interim constitution for Libya? I believe I read it before I came here to do my research, and there was no mention of a Jeffersonian democracy. It was an Islamic State with Shariah as in the interim constitution. How does that equate with Jeffersonian democracy?
Entirely up to the Libyan people, but in the interim period, like you said, in the interim constitution, Libya is a nation of Muslims. It's
right.
Entirely 99% Muslims, 99.5% Muslims. So it's only natural to have that, call it an Islamic State.
Everyone would love to have the Sharia law in the sense that the Sharia law, let's say for example, if you steal, you're gonna be punished. Let's say for example, if you steal, your hand gonna be cut from
right
here.
Hand,
right.
No.
Libyans, sooner or later, they will set a system that will be just for all mankind. Sharia law is something a court can set for every city.
It'll be the
they
basis
will decide.
Of the judicial system.
Yeah, they will decide, for example, what method they will utilize for somebody who steals, or for somebody
right.
who...
You said it's someone who steals,
yes.
Right hand, left leg. Under Sharia,
yes.
A leader can act unjustly
right.
and still be okay to rule.
Under
From my
Sharia?
understanding.
No, not under Sharia. No, absolutely not.
No.
That's where the misunderstanding. You know, for example, give you like Saudi Arabia. What's going on in Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia is a kingdom, but doesn't have anything to do with the Sharia law. They apply Sharia law, but unjustly.
Will the new Libya normalize relations with the state of Israel?
No, that's a very tough issue. You know, that's a.
Why is that a tough issue?
I tell you, you must understand why. I know why you ask this question, but I tell you, there was a state in 1948 called Palestine, okay, and those Palestinians suffered a lot.
Who was the ruler of this state in 1948?
In 1948, it was what's his name? I forgot his name, but in before 1948, it was Abul Qasim. Anyway,
I was under the impression that prior to 1948, the Palestinians, that territory was ruled by, it was Transjordan. It was actually Jordanian territory.
No, it wasn't. It was a Palestinian state, and it was occupied by Britain at that time. So before 1948, there was no such thing as Israel at that time. You understand that, right? The Israeli government, they must be just in dealing with the Palestinian issue, because they're not dealing with 5 million Palestinians or 10 million Palestinians, 5 million outside Palestine.
What's your definition of just or justice?
Just is giving Palestinians their land back.
Their land back.
Right. If Jews think Jerusalem is their capital, Palestinians and the rest of the Muslim world, 1.5 billion people, think Jerusalem is their capital. They must understand that too. And we should share it, Palestinians, Christians, and Muslims, as it used to be. And you have to understand also that the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he protected the Jews and the Christians in Palestine long time ago when he entered Jerusalem, and he made sure that
not so much at the Battle of the Trench, not exactly.
No,
he didn't quite protect them there.
He protected them because even let me give you an example of the Christians at least. Okay, remember the Christians
Let's
now.
discuss the Battle of the Trench.
Right. Let me tell you about the
That's
Christians.
where Muhammad murdered 800 from the Jewish tribe.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
They fought against them. They chose to take up arms against them. That was the only reason why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ended up fighting the Jews in the Battle of the Trench. Was because they chose to bring up arms against them. If they asked for peace, we would have gave them peace. That's part of our Islamic code of conduct in war. We won't fight nobody if they declare peace. But if you're going to come at me and try to kill me and my family, I have only obligation to protect my family and my brothers and to attack.
The Lockerbie bomber is in Libya.
And actually, the Libyan
And his
freedom
cancer
fighters,
has miraculously been cured.
Exactly. Libyan,
Now, what is going to be the fate of the Lockerbie bomber?
as Libyan freedom fighters looking for Gaddafi, at this moment I talked to them tonight, this evening, and they said we're looking for that person too. And they want to give him up to the United States. Libyans never forget who stood by them.
And they won't forget who
Yeah.
stood against them.
And against them either. Qataris from Qatar,
Yes.
United Arab Emirates, Tunisians, Egyptians, Americans, British, French, Italians,
Yeah.
the French especially. They all stood with us, and they're gonna share the wealth of Libya by coming in and start the reconstruction of Libya.
And who did not stand with Libya?
Well, we have issues with the state of Israel because the beginning of the uprising, they supported bringing the mercenaries. We have issues with the Algerians. We have issues with Chadians. We had issues with the Russians and the Chinese. But I'll tell you, with the way under the Barack Obama's leadership here, I felt that there is a mutual respect between us and the United States. And we want to maintain that. And we would like to maintain a good and excellent relationship with the United States. That's freedom.
Now, how will that change with the 2012 elections coming up if Obama is not elected?
Really, it doesn't matter anymore because...
Will the Libyan voting bloc support President Obama in 2012 here in America?
In America, yes, because because he's a moderate kind of person. We are too. I mean, we are not that kind, very conservative kind of people.
But do you feel it's right if they call it under their religion to murder their own kids?
Yeah, it's hard. What do you think?
See, in America, we think that's a little...
Religion is not encouraged. No. There's a
The law, if she married, the woman or the man is married, they have to be killed. They put them in the hole and throw stone. This is but they do, all the country do. I wear hijab by myself. Like nobody forced me to wear it. My father was surprised when I wore it.
So if you took it off, it would be okay?
No.
no, because
It's one thing when it's your personal choice, but it's completely another when it's completely forced on you, you know, to do something that you don't want to do, because that's not freedom anymore.
Yeah, not freedom, yeah. But
I hope that Libya has the same freedoms that we have here. I hope that that's what you all get over there.
we have freedom at home. We have room, but the political freedom we don't have.
That's what I'm talking about. Is political freedom
but,
and everything.
But the other things, other choices we have. We do whatever we want, but the problem is the political.
You see the pictures over there, and you can tell that the people have just been kept down for so long.
Yeah.
You know, that they haven't been able to make a lot of money or do this or do that. Because the country looks so poor over there.
You see that?
You know, like they have just sucked it all dry from the people. So there's different types of Islam? Is there different types of beliefs in Islam?
No.
extremists everywhere. In every religion there is.
But sometimes a lot of people, kids especially 18, 19, when they start to read Quran and they go to masjid a lot and they talk to each other, they have that they started to go jihad or this stuff.
What do you think causes that for them to be taught to hate America?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah, because the press, the TV always say that the America always they help the Jewish to invade Palestine and all. Yeah, that's one problem. And they feel like I don't know why they hate America. For me, I always defend the American because I lived here for 20 years. I like the people here a lot. I like them really. And I talk to the people when I call my family. I say,
See, you make me cry.
I say to you because everybody treat me good here. Everybody neighbors, when I go to school, my teachers, everybody treat me good. But I remember in Libya, when I don't know, but my family told me that in 1967 when the Jewish invaded Palestine, the war, and the Arab world lost the war, and they tried to beat the Jewish there and they revenge there. But here nobody revenge.
The whole Shariah law thing that you don't agree with.
Where?
Or do you agree with Shariah law?
Sharia law. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. You know, Sharia, if you read the Quran, everything is easy, but you have idea that the Quran is not good. The only thing, the hardest punishment is when the woman, they kill the woman with the stone. This is I know. And when the one steal, they cut his hand.
How do you feel about the mosque that's being built?
The mosque, where?
Just a couple of blocks down from
September.
How do you feel about that?
For me,
knowing how Americans feel.
For me, when I heard it, I said they shouldn't do it. They shouldn't.
Well, I'll leave you all alone. I've taken up enough of your time. I know you all wanted to keep it over there. And your name was?
Fatma.
I'm Tanya. Nice to meet you.
I'm Salma.
Nice to meet you. Is the reason that the people didn't overthrow him a long time ago because they were afraid of him?
Yeah,
Well, they tried
every year.
and they killed.
Not only the one who tried, his family, street, everything will suffer.
Yeah, I to see men.
They force us to watch.
They force us to watch
The hanging.
the people in front of
That's why the people afraid of them.
What did they say?
And
Come out here and watch these women being hung?
not women, men. They bring the women, us women, and watch
To be
hang the.
In the university, they took random people. Anything happened, they took random people from the prison, for example, from the faculty, from the same university, and they bring them and they hang them and force the students to watch.
Stay here until I come.